Hi, in this video I want to share with you a tool called Edji. That's EDJI, and the site is edji.it. It's a great tool for readings, whether that's in any content level, any grade level, being able to see what your students are thinking about a reading, being able to respond to what they're highlighting or annotating right there, but also giving them an opportunity to communicate or collaborate with their classmates. So I'm here right now and I already have an assignment created, which I'm going to jump into a little bit later and just show you some of the different features right there. But I'm going to show you how you create a new reading. So I just click new reading and give it a title right here, and I can make it public or private and choose to 12. That will select them all if I wanted multiple ones. And I could say that this is maybe science and math right here. Now I've just taken this text right here from this Newsella article right here. So I'm just going to toss it in right here, and I could put in some of those images as well. You'll notice that I'm able to insert an image right here. But I'm going to just leave those images alone, and I'm going to grab this link right here, and I'm just going to add that into the source right here. So we have this right here, and now students are able to read it, and I can, if I want to, insert some questions right here, like rephrase the previous paragraph. Now when we think about questions, we're not really looking at grading these, but we're trying to get students' thoughts. We want them to intentionally pause and respond to something. And you can give them a couple different answer types. They could respond with emojis, so to make it visual. They can respond with text or with audio, so to get them, especially for those who might not be able to type well or form sentences, but they can speak their thoughts. Audio might be a good option. Right now, for this question, all three are enabled, but if I just want to click off emoji and audio, I can limit this to text right here. So I can add in these different questions wherever I want to throughout there. But then when I'm done, I'm just going to click save. Okay, and now we have it, and if I'm going to share it. So I can share this with a group. I can give it a group name. Maybe it's maybe it's my algebra class or something. And I could give them instructions here, and these are the comments for students to make as they're highlighting. So as they're annotating the text, I might not want them to do audio. Maybe I just want to limit to emoji and text commenting, but maybe I do want to give them the opportunity to reply to others as well. And then I can give them instructions if needed. And I could click create group. And then my students are going to go right here. And I'll share that with you a little bit later on another account right here. But I'm going to go back home to this one that I've done right here. So I'm going to open up group one. So what I've done is I could see some different things right here. So I have a student who highlighted this right here, and I could see, all right, so it looks like Andrew right here highlighted this, and he was wondering a little bit, so he asked this question right here, and then it looks like Bob over here responded to that he's also wondering about that. So I could see this. I could see that this is Andrew right here. I could see that there's a question right here that Andrew responded. If there were more answers, I could see them down here as well. I could see, okay, here we got some stuff from Bob right here, and it looks like Bob did an audio recording right here. And there's another question right there. So there's some ways that I can get some of those things right there. I could also click students right here, and I could see, okay, how are my students working on this so far? So I actually have a couple students who logged in with these same names, but I could see that this first Andrew, he has commented 4 times, but these other 2, they haven't commented at all. So that might give me an opportunity to address these students, kind of see like where they're at. Maybe encourage Andrew saying like, oh yeah, I really like what you've been doing here or interacting with this text. And I could see that he's answered some of the questions, whereas Bob hasn't, but Bob's also been replying to others. So I can kind of see how students are progressing through the text, if they're interacting with it or not. Another thing that I can do is there's this thing called heat vision right here, and I can turn it on or off. So right now it's off, but when I put it on, what happens is that the more that students are highlighting or selecting a sentence or word in here, the more red that is going to get. So it's going to start off with more of a yellow color, but we could see that 2 students highlighted this right here, so it became more of a yellow-orange. So as students continue to highlight pieces of text, that's really going to notify students that like, hey, we're all thinking about this. So you could think for a struggling reader who might not be able to pick out the main ideas or anything, or maybe they're just worried, like they're like, I don't know if that's actually the main idea. If you turn heat vision on for them, they'd be able to see that, oh, maybe that is a main idea because I have 7 other classmates who are highlighting the same thing and thinking that's the main idea. Another thing that you could do is you can turn on the feed. And this is just kind of like a live feed right here. So as your students are going through this document, as they're annotating things and adding in their thoughts, this is just going to pop up in order right here. So students are able to, you could leave this on your board and students would be able to see that, oh yeah, I'm contributing. There's my thing right there that my classmates get to see. So there's that. I'm going to show you what this looks like on a student side. So here I am logged in as Bob. And one of the nice things about this is that when I do log in, I don't actually have to create an account. I can sign in as a guest and just type in my first name. The problem with that is that I can't return back to that same account. So if I needed to close out of the window and come back, and let's say I'm Bob again, it would actually make a new guest named Bob, and I wouldn't be able to update my previous thing. So there would be 2 different Bobs there. The nice thing though is that you are able to log in and create accounts with Google, so your students would be able to do that, and that is protected by privacy policy, so there's no worries there. So here I am. I'm going to go into this U.S. Constitution right here to see what this assignment is all about. And we got some things right here. So right now, heat vision is on, so I see what everyone else has highlighted already. So I could also highlight this, and maybe I want to add an emoji, and maybe I'll do angry and the American flag. And oops, I'll click that right there. Okay, so I could also just highlight these different things and add in some different text right here. Oops, I think I clicked the microphone right there. We could use this and we could just record ourselves right here saying whatever our thoughts are. And then add that. And maybe I want to highlight this with some, oops. With some text. And this is interesting. So I can add that right there. Maybe I look at Bob's right here and I can see, okay, there's some replies. I can add a reply. I could do it with text. Say, I think you are correct, Andrew. It is finally its own country, but it doesn't have the support of a strong government. And check that right there. And then I can respond to these questions however needed. If I want to do emoji or anything like that, I can just work through that. So yes, the nice thing is that I'm able to see, now that I've made this comment, you see that it's a little bit darker, but I'm the only one who's commented on this or highlighted this, so it's not as dark. So this would really give students insight onto if they're on the right track, or you could see as a class, okay, are the majority of the students being able to track this thought right here. Now you don't have to just start with heat vision on. You can have your students work through the text, highlight a few things that they think are important, and then maybe you're getting ready for a discussion, and then you turn the heat vision on, and that allows students to see, okay, this was really a popular thing, or maybe they can ask the question to someone like, why did you decide to highlight this? So there's a variety of different types that you can do on here, different types of assignments, whether it's just looking at an image or a PDF or anything like that.